Chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, the man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they.
Hey everybody, it's the coach. Welcome to the special Saturday edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Up next, we've got what ought to be a great matchup between the Oakland Raiders and the Dallas Cowboys. So with that, let's head over to the heart of Texas. Massive AT&T Stadium in Arlington. On the call, here are Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. A moment ago, here was the scene with the Cowboys emerging from their tunnel. It was loud. It's still loud. We're ready for football as the Cowboys get set to match up with Derek Carr and the Oakland Raiders. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Godden, and Charles, kickoff moments away. Quickly, what are you watching in this one?
The offensive line for both teams, because both teams have a terrific pass rush. They've got to keep their passers upright. If they have a chance to do that, they can both thrive on offense and move the ball downfield.
A clash of two of the more fervent fan bases around. The Cowboys and the Raiders are underway. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. They'll be led out by Dak Prescott, the 135th pick in the draft back in 2016 from Mississippi State. They play fake to Elliott. Now Prescott. And he hits Jason Witten, the tight end. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards.
Almost not fair. The big guy running the corner route, being able to lean and push and get to where he wants.
So how do you stop it?
A lot of times you want to have a linebacker on him, a bigger body guy who can handle him physically, but a lot of times that doesn't work as well because his quickness often wins the route.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 45-yard line. The run by Elliott, a good one on first down as he's able to pick up about 6 there. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. From the 39, Prescott. And there is Amari Cooper, his first catch. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 20-yard line. They're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Our game not even 2 minutes old, but a quick red zone opportunity. 1st and 10 right at the 20. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
So now then the penalty's got him set up with a 1st and goal. Here's Elliott. And he'll be stopped up after only a couple of yards as he gets it down to the 5. And the offensive starters for Dallas.
And a big key is going to be how can these wideouts create separation from the defensive backs, because we've seen some early success in the passing game in this one. and that's going to need to continue.
And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that is going to set up 3rd and goal. Throwing, Prescott. That ball is caught. It's Gallup. Touchdown, Cowboys. It's a 6-yard touchdown pass as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Forbath, the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. That time a 6-play drive, and it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he won't return this one. He'll go down to a knee, and they'll start at the 25. So here comes the Raiders offense now onto the field. They'll be led out by their quarterback out of Fresno State. It's the Pro Bowler, Derek Carr.
It's been fun to watch Derek Carr grow as a pro. When he was a rookie, they tried to game plan around him so that he didn't have too much responsibility. Now, I don't think they can heap enough things on his shoulders because they know he can handle them.
Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
Defense gives up a touchdown the opening drive. Offense, you got to want to get out there and get those points back right now.
And that's a sharp throw there to get this drive off to a good start. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
Carr going to give it to Jacobs. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. DeMarcus Lawrence in on the tackle. And the offensive starters here for the Raiders.
In the NFL, we love to talk about bloodlines and how important they can be. And for Zay Jones, he's got a terrific one. His dad, Robert, longtime linebacker in the NFL, big time with the Dallas Cowboys. And his uncle, Jeff Blake, a starting quarterback in the NFL at one point. Wonder if he played catch with Uncle Jeff in the backyard a few times growing up.
They fake the handoff. Now Carr. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 33.
Well, they obviously read man coverage their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Shotgun now for Carr. And his throw's going to be incomplete. And a look at the defense for the Cowboys.
Robert Quinn gets to the quarterback as well as any defensive end in the league. A lot of it goes back to his high school wrestling background. He understands leverage and hands as well as anyone.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. On 2nd down, Jacobs. And he's going to get 7 out of this before being taken down at the 27.
That was a really nice run there to bring up 3rd and short. After the incompletion on 1st down, it's awfully nice to have a running back that you can hand it to and put you back in a good situation.
And on 3rd down, the Cowboys bring in an extra defensive back. On the ground, this is Jalen Richard. And he's going to be taken down here still a couple yards short of the first. Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat? And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. 4th down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson. Right hash mark, a 42-yard attempt. The kick by Carlson is good, and they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
Fielded about a yard deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. From his linebacker's spot, Vontaze Burfict with a sack. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. On 3rd down, it's Prescott. Lets it fly deep for Cobb. And that's caught inside the 30. Randall Cobb on the breakaway. Touchdown, Cowboys. Randall Cobb, 68 yards. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And that time, he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw there, partner, is what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route, often against the safety. You like your odds when he's running against the safety. His speed usually wins, and it did on that play.
Forbath to add the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it's capped off with a Cowboys touchdown. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Now a give to Jacobs running right. He'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. After one, a 14-3 ball game. On 2nd down, Richard, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Michael Bennett's versatility, being able to play any position along the defensive front, allows him to make those types of plays. He finds good matchups and gets into the offensive backfield.
And there it works for a tackle for loss. Yeah, the Cowboys here on third down bringing in an extra defensive back. Working from the gun, it's Carr. It's caught, Jones. And he's going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at the Cowboys' 39.
Let's go, let's go.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Carr. And that's off the mark, incomplete. Before the game, they were running the route tree about as efficiently and effectively as we could have possibly imagined, but sometimes the passes just go awry.
Yeah, let's face it, when you're running the route tree in pregame, you don't have defenders breathing down your neck. You don't have defensive backs making plays on the football. Hard to replicate the intensity of the game in pregame.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr will find his tight end. That's Waller. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
That's complete to Richard, the running back. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. And never good on a pass completion there to go the wrong way. Lost yardage.
No, for some reason, it seems to work better when you throw it downfield or you can move the ball downfield running it that way, doesn't it? But in this case, if you're the defensive guys, you're energized, executed well, and you caused a lost yardage play. That's going to feel good and look great in film.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this score will stay right where it is.
Everything looked good. Good snap, good hold. Sometimes, though, the ball just doesn't want to go where you want it. And this one winds up no good.
Dak Prescott of the offense heading back onto the field. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The product of Jersey City, Tahir Whitehead on the sack.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Now Prescott. Looking for Cooper, that's complete. Oh, the big play's going to get even bigger as penalty flags are down, and I believe they're going to get a face mask penalty tacked on. So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it, that's going to be 15 yards.
After the penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. Dak Prescott on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. Well, the defensive coverage was good, so good he just decided to make a play of his own, and it worked out.
Yeah, you often wonder if they think to themselves, was the coverage too good to allow him to run the football? I think you'd rather take your chances with him doing exactly that, and he beat him on that play all the way to the end zone.
Forbath able to convert the extra point, and the lead is up to 18 now. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. format to send it away now following the touchdown. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And now here come the Raiders.
And this, let's face it, an important drive if they're going to get back into this ballgame.
Think about going into the locker room down 21-10 as opposed to 21-3. 21-10, a little more optimism, a little more bounce around the locker room, a little more discussion about how they're going to finish this thing off. 21-3. I think discouragement clouds that locker room.
Yeah, and I think a touchdown much bigger than a field goal on this drive just to get into the end zone and get that momentum. They go play action here on first down. Catch made, it's Moreau. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
So much goes into a successful play, doesn't it? How about that play action there, freezing the defense just enough to spring the tight end free downfield for the completion.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
54.
Here's Jacobs from the gun. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
They've been playing sound fundamental defense thus far and able to keep this offense from creating a major dent on the scoreboard.
Able to force the incompletion, but still waiting for that game-changing play. You feel like it's coming, the first sack, the first turnover.
In a sense, they're playing old-school defense right now. The new school defense is what you said, taking the ball away.
To throw again on second down. Carr, Tyrell Williams was the intended target, and it's third down.
I know coaches tell us all the time that having a powerful arm isn't the #1 thing they look for in a quarterback. But when you're trying to throw inside routes and you need to put some heat on it, it helps have the big gun. In this case, just a little bit too much.
Throwing now is Carr. Able to find Waller. That's complete. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. Coming up at halftime in a little less than 2 minutes, we'll send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Carr's throw here caught by Williams. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 12 yards that time and an Oakland first down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Hey, one set, one. Check Mike 54. Mike 54. 3 buzz, 3 buzz.
Carr to throw again. He completes it to Jones. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. Looking to throw again on second down. Carr. That's complete to his tight end, Waller. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime.
Right down. You ready? 54 Mike. All day, dog.
On 1st and 10, here's Carr. That is caught inside the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
This is 1st and goal and a golden chance to get a score back here before halftime.
Tighten down, tighten down.
Again, it's Carr. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. Second down and goal. Carr. And now the ball's out. Carr lost it. Fumble. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided... All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Out comes the Raiders offense. They'll go on offense first to start quarter number 3. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never wanted to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
54.
Now Carr. And it's incomplete. The intended receiver that time was Josh Jacobs. And that'll make it 3rd down.
So it looked like maybe his 3rd or his 4th read on his progression. Just trying to find his outlet man that time. Ends up leading him just a bit too much.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Set the tone, defense. Let's go.
From the gun, Carr. And this is going to be incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
Here's A.J. Cole now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. Now Austin. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Hey, how about the boost the defense gave them? Going right out on the field, shutting them down, not giving up any points, and turning the ball back over. They want to do their part now and show them a little respect and some gratitude by scoring some points.
And to get a little more cushion. They go to Elliott again. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4. And the Raiders call on a nickel set here for 3rd down. Prescott from the gun. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end.
And look at this, it's a fake. A strong running. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. So they snap it straight to the up man. What's his responsibility? Normally, obviously, just to protect, but he's got to be a guy that can be pretty agile too, right?
Yeah, without a doubt, because you're talking about a guy, even in protection, he may have to slide up and down the line of scrimmage to pick up someone who comes through trying to block a punt. So you know he's got that ability to move, but oftentimes it's usually a running back, a fullback, someone who's used to having the ball in their hands, and he's able to pick up the first down.
Here's Prescott. And this is caught. It's Cooper. 12 more yards there and another first down.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter.
And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. An 8-yard touchdown run. And the Cowboys, they push out in front further. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
Now Forbath for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So that winds up a 7-play drive all told. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So they will accept the penalty and move forward. Carr and the Raiders come up 1st and 10 at the 40.
Watch left, watch left. Tight end to the left, tight end left.
Counter play with Jacobs. The tackle was made by Michael Bennett.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Right there in the middle, 55. It's been a long day for you.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
To throw, it's Carr. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
It's been a tough one all game long for this offensive line. They're already down big, and now you know they're just going to come after the quarterback in a big way, don't you?
Yeah, they just can't get out of their own way right now. It's created an avalanche, and an avalanche is coming right on top of them. Here's A.J. Cole now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Here's Austin. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. DAK and the Cowboy offense heading back onto the field. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snap.
Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Oh, touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott, 69 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. They've done a good job of holding him down in the first half, but he explodes for a big one right there.
Yeah, I've got an image in my head of him being surrounded by a bunch of people, really, with ropes and other things trying to keep him locked in. But eventually they got tired too. And just as you noted, he broke out.
And it's a guy that usually you can only keep down for so long. Forbath to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. So they hit pay dirt on just one play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper. into the end zone for the touchdown. Forbath is sent it away now following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. They run it with Jacobs. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
But that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Get ready.
Operating from the gun, Carr. And down he goes. A coverage sack. Took too long to get rid of it. Defensive end DeMarcus Lawrence applied the heat. Is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Here's A.J. Cole now, standing just outside his own goal line. This is away and a very good kick, angled for the sidelines. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. This ball game certainly has gotten a little out of hand. This is normally when they say you got to fill. This is fill time for guys like you and I. But yeah, to be frank, just a dominating performance. Really impressive what we've seen.
It is, and I'm glad that you went in that direction because otherwise we're going to have to talk about the museum tour we took yesterday.
Which was also impressive.
Which was also very impressive. But this game, how they've done it, offense, defense, special teams, they put it all together. And I got to tell you, I am beyond impressed by what I've seen from this team.
27 yards there, a 1st down.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his peak late in ball games.
The tackle made by Benson Mayowa. From the 35 on 2nd down. Prescott, and he'll hit the slant route. That's caught by Cooper. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Amari Cooper, 35 yards, as his guys continue to pour it on. So another score there. Often you talk about the 3 phases of the game. Defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a 4th phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the 4th quarter. Forbath, the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. A drive there of just 4 plays, and it culminates in a Dallas touchdown. Forbath to send it away now following the touchdown. And a short kick, taking it about the 16. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. And now Oakland ready to take the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now a pass caught by Zay Jones. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. 23 yards, the final tally. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Check. Watch 54. I'm trying to collect.
Carr now on 1st down. Looking middle, and it's incomplete. Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Michael Bennett, the former Texas A&M Aggie, dropping the hammer.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. Carr and the Raiders following the sack, looking up at a 3rd and long. Shotgun now for Carr. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. DeMarcus Lawrence picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Here's A.J. Cole now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. Oh, he's going to go ahead and field it from the 3-yard line. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3 games in a row that were blowouts. And in none of them did the starting quarterback ever come out of the game for the team that had a big lead. And in each instance, I asked the coaches later on, why didn't you do that? And they all looked at me and said, just don't really do that in the NFL. You know, these guys play, and we just play them all the way through. Now, in certain situations, they will take them out, but for the most part, they're not as worried and concerned about getting them out of the game. And that's always puzzled me a little bit.
And now a throw on 1st down there, but it's incomplete. Amari Cooper, the intended target, but it's going to be 2nd down. Here now is 2nd and 10, again from the 41. Prescott now. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And he almost intercepted it. They haven't picked a ball off yet. That probably should have been their first. And it's third down now. Here's Prescott. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you could put yourself in jeopardy.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Well, this has been a good march down the field, but now they're stuck looking at a 2nd and 14. Now Elliott. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down with a nice little gain. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for third down. To throw is Prescott. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Is it okay if I break one of our rules, partner, which is to never call a game over until it's over? Because this certainly feels like it's over after that drive.
Yeah, that was spirit-crushing, wasn't it? And now you just kind of felt the air go out of the balloon.
Yeah, they were fighting so hard to stay in there, and they knew they had to stop them on that drive. But when they were unable to, I think you're exactly right. You could see them sag on their sideline, and I think this one might just be over.
Forbat to send it away now following the touchdown.
Free kick out of bounds. Kicking team.
So that one will be accepted. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at the 40. From the gun, it's Carr. He'll find his running back here, Richard. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball, because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
That pass play wound up for negative yardage, so here's 2nd and 11. To throw his Carr. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. One final try now for Carr. Now a desperate into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Anthony Brown. And he will score. Touchdown, Cowboys. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Now the final act of this victory, the extra point. It's up and good, and they add one more to what will wind up a fairly lopsided victory. So we had action to the very end of this one. The score on the final play that they didn't need to have. They didn't just run out the clock, though. They added to their final total.
Played it all the way to the end, and you know some coaches preach that and tell their teams that's what I want all the time, and they feel like if they don't do it themselves, they're not living up to the message that they're sending out.